So you find me here today on a slightly different subject than we'd normally be on. Now, I'm born and bred in East Lulworth. This is my parents' house. I was brought back from the hospital here. This is Botany Farm, East Lulworth. So East Lulworth, West Lulworth, the Jurassic Coast, World Heritage Site, Durdledore, Lulworth Cove, you know, the pretty bit of Dorset that we all remember, the kick-off during COVID when people were making a horrible mess on the beaches and weren't supposed to be here. Well, this is when all this started and we copped the ends of that. So my dad is 77 years old. I won't put him on film. Basically, he's a bit shaky. He's got Parkinson's disease. As anyone will know, it's incurable. And he's not a very well man. He's a tenth of the man he was 5 years ago, bless him, but he is struggling on. My mum's in her early 70s and she's his full-time carer, basically. It's just the two of them in this place. We've been trying to get rid of it, sell it, offload it, but the property market is a nightmare. So, but they rebuilt this place from a cowshed in 1978. It's all well kept, all lovely. And then in 2019, it was bad before, but it got much worse. And this morning, it got really bad again. So I'm going to take you off round the place now. Now, we only own this bit. This bit here that you can't see belongs to Weld Estate, because we are in the middle of Weld Estate. They own a very sizable chunk of Dorset. They also own Durdledore Campsite, Durdledore, Lulworth Cove, all those pretty bits of the Jurassic Coast that you lot like to go to. And they're the ones that charge you a load of money to park down there, a load of money to camp, and flog your stuff all the time. This problem starts from there. So there is a yard going this way. This is our boundary there that belongs to them. And I'll go and show you what they're up to, because I've tried every other way of sorting this, and this is the last way via one I can think of. So as you'll see, we are in an illegal rubbish tip run by our local estate. You can see their name over there. We've done this before. They're Lulworth. And then you'll also see Dorset Council bins there as well. So this is an abandoned farmyard next to my parents' house. My parents' house is just there. And this, if you ever go to Durdledore Campsite, run by Weld Estate, Lulworth Cove, the car parks, any of that, this is where all the rubbish and shit comes. They started doing this in the beginning of lockdown when it sort of crept in when they had all the trouble with the people on the beaches and their rubbish. So instead of dealing with the problem correctly and taking it away, it was easier to dump it onto mid-70-year-olds. And we are now rat infested. We've been rat infested for about 3 years. We've complained to the council, we've complained to Trumpton, we've had the Environmental Health out, we've had the Environment Agency out, and because it's the landed gentry and the council, it gets ignored. If I try doing this in my yard, so I mean, over here you'll see all this nice runoff cess coming out of these bins, because what they did do to make things better and cheaper for them, so save the bins filling up with water when they left them, they cut big holes in the bottom, which allows the rat finks perfect access to all the food waste that apparently doesn't come here. So, I mean, at the moment they're mainly empty because everyone's been on holiday, but we'll bring you round here in a minute and then you can have a look. I mean, obviously all of this sort of nastiness and sash just runs straight out of this yard into a drain over there, which then runs directly into a pretty little stream at the bottom of the field down there. There's no description of catchment. There is no description of rodent control at all. Even the man that does the rodent control, who's a private contractor, said they ain't going to spend enough money to sort the problem when we collared him last time. My local councillor, who's a mate of mine, or probably was, has stopped answering her phone because she doesn't want the embarrassment of Dorset County Council. Let me go and get a bin. Dorset County Council's name being all over it. There they are. So you've got Dorset County Council there, and then we'll just get a good Lulworth one, mind the cess. There's a Lulworth one. See? Lulworth. So When you go to the beach and you pay all that money to park your car, or you go to the holiday camp, pay all your money to put your tent up, and all the bins are in pretty sheds and everywhere, this is where we dump them, because apparently this is only recycling. There is no food waste. There used to be quite a lot of food waste all over the floor. I've got some other footage. I'm going to launch 2 embarrassing videos. I mean, you can see the look at that. I mean, I've been here for 10 minutes, so I've probably scared all the fucking rats. You sit here and watch them run around under the bins, because what we did, so the bins didn't flood, I'll have to find an empty one. Now this is apparently just business waste, so it's recycling. I think I've pushed the worst over there, so that's some lovely food waste in there. Look, there's some Mackie D's. And what we did with these bins, which is a brilliant idea, stop them so they didn't fill up with water and we had to pay the excess weight charges, is drill a load of fucking big holes in the bottom of them, see them in there? So what happens is it allows the rat finks to pull everything out on the floor. So as you'll see, this is like rat shit city. It's fucking million, excuse my language people, I don't normally swear, but my parents have been fine. They're in their 70s. My father's a very ill man, I've said this before. So at the moment, they bring it all in here every day, dump it. This is perfectly acceptable. If I tried doing this in the middle of my fucking yard, God Christ, I'd be for the high jump. So I've just shoved these 3 over here as a bit of an indication for them next time that they will sort it out. So that's it's not food waste, you know. Well, that's food waste. That's food waste. That's food waste. That is, yeah, that's alive. Pretty sure that's all food in it. So that's food, plastic containers, dirt and shit from the beach, isn't it? Lovely. And then we got this one, which is all full of, sure that's food. That looks like eggs and food and wrappers and shit just there. It's gross, isn't it? So there you are. When you get to the beach, what they do is, because we don't do this properly, because it's on the cheap and a bodge, that's Weld Estate for you, making the money, don't spend it on anything but ourselves. I mean, you can see the state of this fucking horrible yard they've let get overgrown. You can just see the roof of my parents' house just there. So this is all alive. I mean, there's lots of cover for the rat finks when you don't want to touch anything around here. And also we've got their sort of dumped waste transfer station down here as well. That's cracking. I've tried doing something about this about 4 times now, but everyone ignores us. The first one is shot August, September time, when we were suffering with the rodents running around out here, running through the roof of the house. I mean, basically the reason we're doing this today is last night, and I'll put some photographs up, the rats ate through the front door of my parents' house. And completely destroyed an entire outhouse by eating bags of flour, chewing through a fridge, and generally making a horrible mess. But apparently we're supposed to put up with that because some watty bollocks who makes all the money out of this, he lives 2 miles that way, so he don't have to put up with any of this, and it's out of sight, out of mind. And we're going to have a wander around now because we'll show you quite how they work this. I mean, we are Botany Farm, and there's a nice wood next door to us, a wood now that is all full of blown through shit out of skips and bins, and this technically is an illegal waste transfer station, because apparently, according to the council, it's not transfer of waste because we don't take the crap out of the bins and put it in different bins, so that doesn't count. You watch me try and do this by shifting rubbish in and shifting rubbish out. So they bring all this cess here on 2 flatbed trans. Like the bin detective, and there's the transit. Let's go up there. Knew they'd be here somewhere. So what we do is we use these 2 to take all the shit from up here, because we don't want it on our posh campsite. Let me just zoom my phone back out a bit and move my phone in a bit. That's better, innit? Take all the shit from our posh campsite. You can see there's a load loaded up, ready to come to us now. Drag it down to us, because obviously this is the posh bit where we make all the money, and we don't want that load of mange hanging around down here when we don't deal with it properly, causing a rat problem. But it's respectable to dump it on two 70-year-olds 4 miles up the road where no one can see it, isn't it? That you'll have seen in the other video. And then they swap them over, because you don't want to leave this nastiness on your campsite and have it picked up. You could better off palm it off onto ill-retired people down the road. And we go for a bit of a tour around. Now you can see the drainage facility, so obviously all this, so look at this nice cess coming out of here. So I mean, most of these bins over here are empty. So if you look, Lulworth, Dorset. So what they did was they cut big holes in the bottom of them so that we don't have to pay for the excess water that would get into them. So you can see the rat things have eaten that one. How lovely. Now there's no food waste in these bins at all. So that's not an egg, an orange, a load of cups and shit left in there at all. No. So more cess. Look at this. This is lovely. So I mean, no food waste at all. So that's not a load of onions, wrappers. I think there might have been some J-cloths mixed in. It's quite difficult because it's more rat shit than anything else. Crisp packets. I mean, look, lovely. All this is nicely draining into the river at the bottom. We'll show you that as well. So go in here. See, same again. Look, no food waste. No, that's not food waste, and that's not a big hole, in the bottom of the bins. Apparently, according to Clapworthy or Prattworthy or whatever their manager is, the council told them to put holes in them. So there you are. Look, another big hole. Most of these bins at the moment are empty. I'll try and find some proper sassy ones. I mean, you can see the. Look at that. No food waste. And then we've got. I mean, there's all sorts down here. That's a can. There's some toilet paper and blue roll mixed in with that. That's nice. And some more packets. Rat shit. I mean, there you are. Look at the rat poo. Really want to get in here because it's a bit juicy all the way down through there. Look at that. So there'll be some loveliness looking there. Nice. So all the way through the summer, all of these are absolutely full to the brim with supposed recycling, because normally all these ones over here have got bottles in them. That's not too much of a problem. Or they have actually cleared some of them out. So anyway, so obviously we've got the runoff catcher here. Drops straight into this nice drain here. And then this drain here runs out down through it. Now you can see the state of, I think, degradation is the best. So we got sheds full of, we do like hiding dead washing machines, because we got told off a few years ago for smashing them up. And then when you come back out over here, so we start using this as a rubbish dump basically. So we've got some row skips. Now we did buy some signs so that everyone knows. Now there's a load of fridges. Now the best bet with fridges is what you do, right, is, as you'll see, that's a nice wood there, or it was. So you dump your fridges and your bins and your rubbish in the environment, because they don't have gas and stuff in them. No, you smash them up, throw them here. So if you throw them far enough in the wood, see all the crap blowing into the wood. Look, there's some plastic barrels and some shit over there. And then nice place to leave a washing machine. And then some general household crap. I mean, if you come through here, you can see all the nice amount of stuff blowing out into the environment over there. That doesn't matter. We're the trust. Well, what are they called? The Dorset Rangers or something. These are their storage containers. You know, the ones that tell you off for not putting your shit in the correct places. So we've got some row skips. You could sort of deal with them. That one's got some wood in it. That one's open and full of shat. And then we come to all the other crap. So obviously, if you've got an overspill of waste plastic pipe, what you do is you throw it in a wood. There it is. Look, there's a little squirrel going past over there. So you just throw that in there. That's fine, because half an Ivor Williams canopy you cut up, you could just toss that in there as well. Another bin. That one's pretty clean. Bit of excess wood. Yeah, no, don't put that in a skip. Throw that in the bushes. So obviously that one's the scrap one. That's not too bad. Then we get to this. So these are normally barrels full of kerosene that we've drained out of dead central heating tanks. So carefully stored plasterboard. Do you notice the contained container with a solid bottom, so none of that gets into the environment, doesn't get out there. And then we come to this one. So obviously all these tins of paint that are all left here. So we've got some nice Faro and ball, and then what have we got down here? We've got some complete tins of wood treatment. Now they are not leaking into the environment at all. No environmental leaking there, because these wooden crates that we've made are renowned for holding liquid in. So here we've got, what have we got? We've got some frosty proofing stuff. Yeah, so we just leave them there on top of some barrels full of snot that we've so that'll probably have kerosene. Do I dare sniff it? Oh, it's half full of something, so that's not we'll just put the cap back in properly. That's not filling up with water from the environment. And then safe fire extinguisher storage. So we've got all these compressed fire extinguishers that are out of date that we took out of Durdle Door. So what we thought we'd do is put them in a load of bashed together wooden pallets. We've got some dangerous chemicals over there. Look at this. So we've got another quality. So that one says flammable liquid. So that's bitumen paint leaking in the environment. What we got coming on there? Don't know what that is. We've got some lovely stuff. Now you can tell that the pallet is keeping all that liquid in there. And that tin hasn't got a hole in the side of it at all. And then these barrels here that are leaching shit out of the bottom of them, they're fucking pucker, they are. They're not hurting. I mean, there isn't any way possible that has rotted out. Now, we did have this quality container here. I've got some footage you'll have seen in the other one. Safe, caged gas bottle storage. We'll just check that they are all full. Oh, yes, look, they are. And there's some more of them there. Which is the safe contained gas bottle store. So we must have got rid of some gas bottles recently. Most of them, I'll go and find them in a minute. There's 100 of them in the nettles the other side of that building. That's not a fire risk at all. So the tyre mounting, just sort of thrown in the environment. Oh, we have got a box full of rocks. And then most of this stuff is fairly sort of non-environmentally dangerous, apart from all of these. So these are all half-full kerosene tanks that we've taken out of our cottages. Now, you'll see with this one that basically it's totally open to the environment. So what we've got going on in there is some juiciness, bit of kerosene water mix. Got quite a lot of them around the place. So there's some more here that have come in recently. So we come round here. So dumped kerosene tanks. This is a barrel full of kerosene. And you'll see that that's not leaking into the environment at all. And then this one here, which is, oh, she's part full. See in there, that's kerosene and water mix. We've got another one there. And then what we do is we creep up here with a digger when no one's looking and do this. So we smash them up and then we can get rid of them. But the trouble is that when you smash them up, all of the kerosene goes in the deck because they don't care. And we're going to go round the back now, and then we're going to go and look at the state of the rest of the yard. Now you can see bin juiciness from here, look. So no correct storage, no rodent protection, no catch drains, and I mean, we moaned during the summer, so they actually came up and scraped all the shit up. So all this food waste on the floor, because they don't have any food waste up here, is within the last 2 or 3 months. And then when you get the other one that is really nice, when you get round here, you can see just here. So the rat finks, they all live in the burrows in the bank here, look. You can see the sort of the holes, and then see down in there, look, they drag everything in there because that's nice. And then they run in and out through here, through all this not food waste, not left on the floor. That's some mussel shells down there, by the way. And as you can see, they're fairly well riddled through this piece of countryside. So we're going to creep round. So this is the back of the building. Now what you do if you've got a dead lawnmower is you throw it in the wood just here, because that's good, and then you can throw, oh, you've broken a caravan up to get rid of it, we just throw that there. Oh, gas bottles. Now we do like leaving uncaged gas bottles lying around, so we're going to go and attempt to try and go through here, just taking your life in your hands. So more shit. Do like a bit of shit left in the wood. Come over here. I'm going to have to do this from this side because the brambles are so bad I couldn't get in there from the other side. Now this used to be a contained dung heap for the farm when it was a farm, so I clamber up here. Now about 10 years ago we had a bit of an oopsie where we ruined the gas main having a dig supplying the campsite one week. And then we had to get all of the caravans a gas bottle, and then when we finished with them, what we did was we threw them all in here. So it's a bit thick over there because you can't really see, but if you look down in there, see all those gas cylinders? There's a lot of them. They're all full, and they're all through here. So the brambles are taller than I am. Now in there, look, see, there's a fuel bowser, and there's the rest of the gas bottles. Can you see them all nestling in there? Now, I'm 5'6". These brambles are easily 2 foot taller than me, so all those gas cylinders are full. So, come round through here. Now, more brambles, 2 dead caravans. The rest of the gas cylinders, oh, hang on. You can see some more of them there, look. And I can see one behind. And then, if we look, see them all nestling over there. More there. So they're all full propane bottles. So if this load of rubbish caught a light and you happen to live there, that's going to make one almighty boom. They've also let one of their tenants go rogue because they don't want to deal with him. So he's a hoarder. We don't see Peter anymore. He's basically filled all of this full of shit and then let it overgrow. But what we were doing before I got distracted was looking at the drainage. So obviously we've got a bit of runoff here, but that pipe coming out that into that ditch runs out of that channel just there. So all the juiciness coming out of this lot, because there's quite a lot because we cut holes in the bottom of them, runs into here and through here, round this corner underground. I mean, you can see state of stuff here, over there, and then turns here. I remember them putting it in, acts off down there. This pretty little freshwater stream that runs all the way down. East Lulworth is just up there, and this stream runs all the way through, down through, out onto the army ranges and all the heathland down the bottom. As you can see, it's quite nice and clear and lovely. And then we've got, if you look down there, can you see sort of the multicoloured, oily, greasy mess coming down through it? So this stream here, so obviously they've let everything completely go to shit around here because we don't mow or clean anything anymore. So if you come up here, you can see it running through just there. And then we've got a big catchment ditch here. Yep, and all of this stuff here. So I'll walk back up here, straight into a ditch, and straight into a fresh water course at the bottom. But that's totally fine, apparently, Dorset County. We have had them out. We've had the Environmental Health out. We've had the Environment Agency. They didn't want to talk to us. We fire brigade, because obviously that's quite dangerous. And then there's all the other stuff that if it caught fire. And then obviously the Woodland Trust, who pay money towards the Lulworth Rangers. Well, I don't think they've ever seen any of this because they ain't going to be very happy. They sponsor those 2 containers around there where all this stuff's blowing into the woodland. So my poor old folks, I'll show you how close we are, have to live with this. We've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. So if you walk through here, you can see, I mean, if you're a rat, this is perfect hiding space. So if you come through here, basically this is the end of the yard, last of it, and this is our boundary, so we are here. So it's my dad's little log shed, tidy, it's all kept down, and then basically we are at the mercy of it. So last night they ate through the door of the house here. See where he's put screws in it before last year to stop them eating it. So they ate that corner off down there, the corner of the doorpost there. That there ate into the house. And then round this side, they then ate, because they couldn't get in there. They decided that what they do is eat through. I'll show you here. If you look up inside there, see they've hollowed all that out up there. They're actually getting into the house. We've had trouble with them in the roof. And I mean, this morning, my folks woke up to find this is their outhouse where they keep all their stuff, all their sort of non-perishables, so bags of flour, bits and bobs. That all got destroyed. But apparently, this is perfectly acceptable because we're the wealthy, and we get do what we like. So, what my cunning plan is, I'm going to put the video I recorded in August where I was quite angry. You will have to excuse some of my language, but I was savage. We have been fighting this for ages. And let's be honest, it's not helping my parents' mental health. I mean, can you imagine being overrun with rats? And I mean, effluent, noise, dirt, to what is supposedly the Jurassic coast. That pretty, lovely. They wouldn't have it down there, but they're perfectly prepared just to dump it here because no one sees it here. And the annoying bit is, even when you bring the authorities to see it, we put our blinkers on. So Dorset County Council, it's disgraceful. Our local councillor, Laura, you may be a friend of mine, but not answering the phone and not sorting this because you don't want the embarrassment of your name being all over it. Well, there it is, as Dorset County Council Waste Partnership. Well, the state, you're just bodgers. You're taking the money and you don't want to spend it, but you're perfectly prepared to land it on some poor old people who can't cope and basically have tried standing up to you, but because you've got too much money and too much influence. So we're going to have to do the other way of doing it, aren't we, that says, let's try you lot. I've got a few thousand subscribers. Hopefully this could you share it around? Could you embarrass them? I'll put some email links and some contacts in at the end. This isn't on. This is 1, polluting the British countryside, 2, ruining my parents' lives, and 3, it is just generally disgusting. And you guys are paying the £5, £8, £10 parking charge with the bins to have this stuff properly disposed of. You're paying for the campsite at Durdledore, for your caravan, your camper van, to put your tent up, and you're doing the right thing. You're putting your waste in bins. It's all nice and lovely coming off the beaches now, but in typical fashion, because there's an expense to that, the council don't want to pay for it, and neither do the estate, because they're more interested in taking the wonga than spending it. They're dumping it on poor, unsuspecting members of 2 pensioners, and ruining their lives. My mum was in tears when she rang me this morning. Can you imagine having your house infested with rats? So give it a go, guys, before Al decides to try some description of direct action and move all this lot to the middle of a car park in West Lulworth. Cove waste. So that's what we get at our place once they've swapped them over. So there they are, look.